Well, I'm a little bit late on doing this. I got busy yesterday, but I had to change how I was trading because I fell below margin on my account. So last time I pretty much just gave up when I got to this point, but I thought that it would be good to learn the flip side of things and start to. I heard somebody sitting in the alarm off in the house. So I thought the cops were about to get a call. It's like, oh shit. But anyways, um, I thought that maybe it'd be a good idea to start learning how to long and just focus on that and force myself to grind up above margin. That way I can start to trade short, which is the way that I've been trading for 2.5 years or so. So what I did was I actually found some luck at the very beginning. This thing was up, um, I mean, quite a bit. Like it was up 155%. It gave back a lot of its profits. When I finally started watching it, like it was down here and it was bouncing off the $1. I was like, well, and no, I really don't. I haven't backtracked any of this kind of stuff, but um, I was listening to JJ, and he's like, typically stocks that pop over $1, you kind of respect that level. And like, I mean, if you think about it, like it makes sense because they kind of need to keep it over $1. They're gonna try to raise money, and so I was like, well, fuck it. It looks like I still use the J lines from when I was well in mentoring and all that stuff, and so I saw it doing kind of a curl. Like, you know what? Screw it. It's a 10 cent risk. I'll take a long right here and risking just under $1. And this is the area that I was looking into getting to. I jumped out right before $1.50 though because I really didn't want this to slam down, and I don't feel comfortable taking longs, honestly. Or at least I didn't on this one. Like this is the first long I've taken in shit a long time. Like the little backstory, really quick, is like the last long I took was the day that I like really almost ruined my whole trading career because I was longing and I was getting way overconfident, and I was making an ungodly amount of money, and I just kept adding all the way up, and by the end, I was in more size than where I was usually trading short, but like this thing was just ripping, and all of a sudden, like it just tanked, and I wasn't calculating. I was still pretty new. I wasn't calculating how much risk I was, or where my average was at now. I was like, all right, well, I made a shit ton of money, so I should be all right. And when I uncovered my P&L, I was down like 6R, and I was like, holy shit, dude! Like, what the fuck did you just do? Like, you just took out like, you know, at that time, like, yeah, I mean, like a third of my account, I think, a third or half of my account. And I was just like, holy shit, dude. It was easy to borrow stock, and it started going back up, and I was like, man, I think this thing's going to do a fake breakout of high of day, and I literally threw all of my account onto the trade, and I had the biggest one of my entire career. But it was also the dumbest trade I ever done in my life. And after that, I was like, all right, well, it kind of scared the shit out of me because I don't know, longs, yeah, sure, on on big caps, that's one thing. But on small caps, like it could turn around real quick. Well, anyway, so back to the actual review. Done with story time. As I was risking just under $1. Well, when it starts popping up, like I instantly raise it up to break even because I was like, dude, I'm not fucking with this. I do not want to lose any more money. I need to be careful. Yada yada yada. And then it starts going up. It halted. I was like, all right, well, we'll see what happens. It opens. I was like, all right, well, I want a little bit, closer to 150, which is also kind of stupid. It's 5 freaking cents, and so, but I got covered, and then but this thing, obviously in hindsight, I was like, shit, So I felt like they kind of set the bar. So traded $1 stock on Tuesday. I traded a $1 stock on Wednesday, and this thing was up quite a bit. Too. I saw this thing come down. I'd been watching it. I was like, all right, it's making a low, lower low, another lower low, and then it starts. All right, there we go, higher low. Now it's come back over J lines. Has a little stuffed candle in the VWAP, but it's respecting J lines. It's like, alright, it goes back up, starts curling. It's keeping this trend. I was like, alright, I want to take a long here, and I was risking just under 150, and so it really wasn't that much risk. And I was looking for, like, really what I was looking for main is like around a $2 Phil. Sorry, I haven't had my coffee this morning, but I was looking for a fake breakout of high of day, $2, somewhere above 190 to $2. If it didn't work, and I really didn't think he was gonna have any gas, this is the second place I was looking is in this box. I really didn't think it was gonna have the gas. I was just like, dude, I don't know. Like, if I was able to short, I would 110% be shorting right in here, risking this high. And so I was like, man, I don't believe in this stock, and so I covered, and it was the right call. Well, it's 2 trades in a row, and there's another problem with me is I get overconfident really fucking quick, and so this trade popped up, and then first off, it's a higher price stock, and I have a tendency of getting greedy with these stocks. I also, since being under margin, I can actually use the size I wanted to, and so I was willing to risk a little more because I was using a much smaller size. Well, along here, I was already up a decent chunk of money when I came up to here, and but I can't remember exactly where I was looking for profits because I was looking like I'm just guessing, but I was probably looking right in here, and it wasn't quite there. Like right around the $10 mark. It wasn't quite there yet. So I was like, all right, dude, I'm not gonna get greedy. I'm risking, like whatever. Like honestly, I have to go back and reread or rewatch my videos because I do recordings of myself in the trade so I can see how I'm talking, how I'm my plan, how well did I follow my plan, all that good stuff. But one thing I did wrong that I didn't do the 2 previous days is I didn't move my stop to break even because I'm already up a decent amount of money. I should have not been risking anything. I should have cut it off break even, and that was one thing that I've been doing. Shit. Get my review, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
Sorry.
I was like, all right, well, if you're gonna do something goofy, like, I mean, I only have
No,
like
I was just saying hi. I didn't know you were videotaping.
Buenos dias. But one thing I didn't do is like on the other ones, I was so cautious. I was like, dude, long scare the shit out of me. It takes 2 freaking good trades for me to lose that nervousness and just I don't know. Well, the next 2 days, like I made good money on the first 2 days. I was like, dude, I was like, all right, I'm doing this shit. Like this is awesome. And I lost it all in these last 2 days, just to put it in the context, I guess. But yeah, so this taught me out. But, oh yeah, and this is a 600,000 float. So in my head, I was like, dude, this thing's fucking almost float rotating in the first minute. It float rotates, in this bar. Like I was like, dude, like in my head, this should go up. Well, I was wrong. Because I mean, this thing just died. But like, at the same time, if I didn't know what the news was. Had and I don't completely understand. So if anybody actually understands the news, they were saying that their preferred stockholders, like from what I understand, is like they could exchange their preferred stocks and basically get out or whatever. And but I thought this thing was up so far. God damn, dude. I'm sorry, but for the 5 viewers that watch this, I'm really sorry. It Yeah, it's just stupid. Like, all right, this didn't work. Like, all right, well, what I shouldn't do is I shouldn't be longing this thing on the bottom of the J lines because that's showing weakness. It's dying, and like this is just me being stubborn. And yeah, I don't have a lot of size because I'm a cash cow right now. But like, still, dude, like this is a good chunk of like it's stupid. Like, and especially like for me, this right here, I don't know what was going through my head, but I was like, all right, like, blow off top, huge stuffed candle. I was like, all right, man. What they're gonna do is they're gonna collect everybody and squeeze this sucker. It's crazy because like when I'm doing shorts, I always daydream of like the best case scenario or like how it's gonna be incredible. Now I'm doing the same thing on the long side of it, which is it's like I'm not seeing the actual picture. Like none of this says buy me. like what the hell am I doing, man? Like that's there's nothing about this that says buy me. But it's like I wanted to make money because I've been doing so good the 2 previous days. It's like I try to force shit that's just not there, and just because it had a really small float, I thought that just automatically meant that this is gonna squeeze out shorts. I'm pretty sure that this is like I'm pretty sure I heard JJ say this is easy to borrow too, and he's like, how in the hell is something that has 600,000 float easy to borrow? And so I was like, dude, like this is gonna rip people's faces off. Well, I got that in my head before I even took a trade, and so like, I feel like because I went in with a bias, like this thing's gonna go to the moon, that it's gonna go to the moon. It's the same thing as my short trade. Like, oh, this thing's gonna go back to the floor. It's going back to the floor. dude, it's about risk and reward, risk and reward, risk and reward. Or like, I'm up, don't risk anything. Fucking cover break even. Like this thing doesn't reclaim the J lines and start doing like some sort of uptrending, then don't fucking buy it. It's crazy. So then my last one was this one, and same thing. So, um, I missed the long over here. I tried to get in on this. It didn't freaking. I didn't get in. And I was looking for a pop and fell of pre-market high. I want to see it like stuff around here. I don't know why the hell I bought after it did that. And like if you look at the pattern, like it's not. It's just straight going down. That's like shorting front side is how I look at it. Like I need to see it like bottoming out, having somewhere to risk off of. Like I know like on this I was risking just under $1.50, which yeah I did just risk under $1.50, but like still it's like wait for the thing to bottom out, start making a cup, or at least having some sort of support. Make sure volume's coming in, like little shit like that. Like it's like I'm going back to where I was 2 years ago, but now I'm like on the long side. Now I'm just losing my money on the long side. It's crazy. So, anyways, this thing starts coming back up, and it reclaims J lines a little bit. And I was like, all right. It came back over. It's fighting at the 150 mark. Fine, dude. I'll take another trade. Like when this thing starts working, I was like, all right. I want to lower my risk just like 1 penny under my entry point. This thing pops all the way back up here, and I'm like, I'm 10 cents away from what I'm looking for. I don't take anything off. Like really, I'm pretty sure. Like I'm not 100% positive, but like I was thinking about this because I do this shit in short trading too, and so this would have made me break even. And when I do something wrong, like like if I short and I have a huge spike go against me and it's doing shitty or whatever, like and I cut it off and I have a loss and I take another short and it goes down to where I can get out break even. I never do, but every time I do, like that's where it's gonna fucking reverse, and that's exactly what happened on this one. Like I could have got out, I could have not been greedy, I could have saved myself a loss, but I was like, no, I want more, I want more, I want more, and so it came down and stopped me out, and I took another shitty ass long, like under like ridiculous. This is horrible. And then like luckily I was like, all right, dude, like you're done. That's it. Which is another thing because did I follow my? Okay, so I did. I did follow my rule. I did on those two. Okay, so good. Because I was about to remind my ass because the problem with my wife. Like really, the only plus side of all this shit is that I've made some promises to my wife, and I have somehow, even during tilt, kept those promises. And I feel like that is a huge, huge, huge accomplishment on my part. And thank God that I have an incredible wife that can hold me accountable, even though she has no fucking idea what is. She doesn't understand any of this stuff. I just tell her like, hey, I have to promise you something, and somehow just keep it. It's crazy, but like, what a shitty week. Really, I was doing so good, and then I lost it again. But I feel like it's good because I feel like I am learning lessons about myself, and I don't know, maybe this is just the path I need to go down, and I need to figure all this shit out. So it's the same thing. Like when I was down in Florida, I lived next to Yo Ramirez, and or Jose Ramirez. He goes by Yo Ramirez, but he was telling me that in trading, like you can't get down on yourself. You have to there's lessons that you have to learn, and you just got to give yourself time to learn it. And it's not that you're stupid. It's not that you can't do it. It's just takes time, man. Everybody's different. And so for me, I feel like I am learning about myself. It sucks ass. I'm losing fucking money, but I don't know. I'm not giving up on this dream, and I think that I'll figure it out. I'm just trying to piece everything together right now, and everybody that actually watches this, like, thank you for watching this stuff. Your input's obviously, valuable to me. So if you see anything, let me know. I've been talking to a couple of different people that have been messaging me, but I appreciate the input. But later.